Welcome to Communication That Connects, where we share resources and strategies to help you communicate with clarity, with creativity, and for change and lasting impact. Today, I want to talk about how to mediate a conflict. How to mediate a conflict. So we talked about in a previous video, like, what do you do when someone's upset at you? How do you respond? We talked about how do you respond if you're the one that's upset at someone. But suppose you're a leader and you have two parties that are upset at each other. How do you mediate that conflict? Well, I want to share an idea that I kind of got from a conference president of mine. It was many years ago, and there was someone frustrated at me, and I was a little frustrated at them, and he brought both of us as pastors into the office, and he sat us down, and he said, I want you to write these two questions. The first question is, why are we here? Why are we here? And the second question is, what have I done to contribute to this problem? So why are we here? And then what have I done to contribute to this problem? And in writing those down, especially the second question, what have I done to contribute to this problem? All the things that you want to say about the other person kind of fade away, because now you have to focus on what you've done. And it always takes two. And so here's my tip for mediation. Ever since that experience, I've grown, I've learned, and I use this strategy when I'm resolving conflicts with people, is sit people down and have them write those two questions. You know, why are we here? And then, what have I done to contribute to this problem? Then when you're mediating, you can use a technique that I've learned from counselors and professionals called the floor. And so when you use the floor, you get a little object, something flat, and you give it to the person that's speaking, and they're the speaker, and then there's the listener, and it's called the speaker-listener technique. So the speaker begins, and he has to share using I words. So I feel hurt, or I felt sad, or I felt discouraged, or I felt disappointed. And then the listener has to just act like a mirror reflecting back. So what I heard you say is that you feel hurt, or you feel sad, or you feel disappointed. And the goal of the listener is not to respond, is not to say, you're wrong, I disagree, is just to listen. Because remember, the greatest gift you can give someone you love is to listen. And so you just have them exchange back and forth and listen to each other. You know, the Bible says, come, let us reason together. And that's what this technique allows you to do, is to allow each party to share, to listen, and to actually own what they've done to contribute to the problem. And in doing that, hopefully, you'll be able to help them come up with a solution. And in listening to each other, in hearing each other's different point of view, oftentimes compromise can be achieved and resolutions can be found. Another tip for resolving conflicts is just simply have people get out a piece of paper and write 10 ideas, brainstorm 10 tips for resolving this difference. So if there's like a big conflict, they can write down, here's 10 ways that we can maybe resolve it. And so I want it this way, you want it that way. We can brainstorm, and then each person can share their list, and hopefully they can come up with something that can work for everyone. All right, so thank you for joining us on this edition of Communication That Connects. I hope that was helpful for you. Join us next time where we'll share more resources and strategies from the East Central Africa Division.